Should we be selling all of our crypto? Is this the top? Should we convert everything back into our nice, trusted, in God we trust US dollar? Really need to have this conversation because I'm seeing madness. We see talking heads on TV. We see short term. This is why, by the way, when you go on your exchanges and when you go on most things, it's like the last 24 hours because that creates the panic. It creates fear. It creates, oh my God, I should sell, I should buy. That creates more volume for that centralized exchange or for that exchange, typically. So, should we sell our crypto? I'm not going to answer that for you, but I will say this. Go on Google M2 money supply, or just go look at like how much money has been printed in the last 5 years, 10 years. Just have a look. I need you to understand, I want you to understand, I have to have you understand that there's always more US dollar being printed. Like since 1935 or 1938, like this thing is worth 96, 97% less. Meaning every time you're holding on to this stuff right here and you're putting it in your bank and you feel so safe, every single day it's losing value. And it's $100 today. It's going to be $94 next year. And don't look at the inflation numbers because those aren't accurate. Look at true inflation, what you can actually buy year over year. It's madness. It's crazy. And so if you have $100 sitting somewhere in your pocket, next year it's going to be worth, let's just say $90. And I'm being a little extreme there, but I think most people would agree. Like in the real world, when you go spend it, it's probably worth $90. And the biggest lie we've been told is that $1 equals $1. And that tomorrow, $1 equals $1. If you study money for more than 2 hours, the history of money from the Roman Empire all the way until now, and just how it's been manipulated and the gold standard and all of that, if you just study it for 2 hours, you'll start getting sick to your stomach, realizing that your entire life you've been lied to, you've been working and trading your time for something that keeps dropping in value, and that the whole system is the biggest scam. It's like, yeah, there's some centralized exchanges that have been scams, and we hate them for it. Yet our entire monetary system is the biggest scam of all, yet we dare not question that. And so have a look at the money supply. How much money is printed back in the 70s, back in the 80s? How much money is being printed since 2010? How much money is being printed since 2020? Of course, your money is worth so much less. And let's just have a look at Bitcoin. Yep, in the short term, it's volatile. Over the long term, if you zoom out, there has been nothing. And just remember that people, when Bitcoin was 3,000, they were like, oh my God, I need to sell everything. When Bitcoin was, $900, they were like, oh my God, I need to sell everything. People literally sold all of their Bitcoin for like $25. Someone did. And so I don't care what the markets are doing short term. I, like you, work hard for my money. I worked hard my entire life. Oil rigs, blue collar stuff, started multiple businesses, lost a ton of money, lost a ton of sleep, stress, hell and back. And the money I earn, I want to get rid of it as fast as possible. Banks look at cash. When you deposit cash, it's a liability. They need to put it to work right away because they understand this. They understand it very well. And so the bank has this beautiful lie. You ever see ads for banks? Happy people getting a mortgage, or hey, we got savings accounts. Come give your money to us. It's safe. You give them your money and they turn right around and say, oh my God, let's get rid of this because this is useless. It's a liability. Let's go. We got to invest it. It's why we built the Underdog Investor Group, because I want to just normalize and celebrate investors. I want to turn every single person I meet into an investor, into the investor mindset, no matter how little we are, no matter how underdogs we are. I don't care if you got a couple hundred, couple grand, or $2 million. We must become investors. We got to celebrate it and normalize it. Because once we start understanding this and we start acting like, just ask yourself the question, what do banks do? Okay, let me do that. Ooh, why do I love DeFi so much? Because I become the bank. Ooh, why do I love DeFi so much? Because I can make 80, 90, 100, 180% of my money year over year. Why do I love Bitcoin so much? Because it's exactly opposite of the corrupt system we have. There's never going to be more of it. And so do I think it's a time to sell all your crypto? I can't answer that for you. But for me, no. I just keep adding. And now because I study the markets, I can select and choose when I want to buy a little bit more, when I want to buy a little bit less. I still get paid in crypto in some things we do. I'm happy to accept crypto because I'm going to keep stacking because I know this is a 100% losing proposition. Whereas I know with crypto and with Bitcoin, it's the best technology. And if you look at money as technology, your mindset will really shift. It's the best technology we have yet. And I'm excited for the development of DeFi and what Bitcoin and crypto is going to bring in the next 10, 20 years. We're very early. So do I think it's a time to sell? I can't answer that for you, but what I will say is what are you going to do if you do sell? Or if you ladder out during the next bull run, which is coming, by the way. What are you going to do with those profits? Is it just going to go under your mattress and be useless? What are you rolling it into? And it's why I love the idea of the underdog investor, because a lot of the assets that we'd like to hold, they seem out of reach. But if we play the markets right, we can actually get access to those assets with the profits we're going to take from this bull run. And so, do I want to hold money? No, because of this chart. If I look at my DeFi portfolio or crypto portfolio, it's up 198% this year. 198%. And my cash that I try not to hold too much of is down, 8%. Investing is the only way out of this. And so should you stay or go? Should you be in crypto or not? I can't answer that for you. But what I will say is be invested in something. Stop worrying about the short-term spikes and drops and all the craziness that you see on Twitter. You won't find me on Twitter because it's all just stupidity. And it's influential people spreading stupidity. If you're looking for the next 3 months, you're in trouble. If you're looking for the next couple years, the next 2 years, the next 5 years, the next decade, you're in good shape. And it's proven over and over that the patient, consistent investor outperforms the investor who thinks they're smart and is playing the markets. The data is there. Overwhelming amount of data points to consistent, steady. So the choice is yours. Yeah, you could hold some cash. It'll lose, you got $100, it'll be worth $90 next year. It'll be worth 94, 98, 99% less over the next few decades, and it's accelerating. Or you can buy into assets. I'm at a point where I buy watches and cars. I don't want cash. I'd rather sit on a collector car or sit on a Rolex than cash. Now, I would much rather sit in cryptos and DeFi and yield farming, but I like to diversify my portfolio out as well. So the choice is ultimately yours. You do what you think is right, but understand that your US dollar is a liability. You can make your choice from that. I hope this helps. I hope this lands. I hope this helps in some way, shape, or form. I know it's kind of maybe perceived as bad news. I think it's good news because we're getting educated. And if we can shift our minds into operating like investors, at least the financial part of life becomes easier. And then when we get the finances, we can buy back our time so we can sort out other areas in our life as well. To me, that's the only reason we want money, is so we can use, spend, and invest that money and buy back our time so we can have time developing ourselves even further or being around the people we want to be or doing the things we want to do. And that's it. With that said, I'm going to get out of here. If crypto and DeFi appeals to you, I will leave some educational videos here and here and here and here that dive deeper into the yield farming and understanding blockchain tech and crypto and how it all works, and some cool strategies for all of it, whether it's in a up market, down market, sideways market. There's always a strategy for something. So definitely do check out the videos here. And with that said, I'm going to get out of here. Appreciate you. Peace.